Hello, folks, and welcome to the 5th episode of Roverpodden, the official podcast of Roverway 2024.
North of the ordinary.
Yes. This time, we are not sitting at home anymore, not waiting for the camp to start anymore. We are here on spot, on campsite, recording this episode.
But this time we are not alone. We have Jakob, an IST who joined the podcast team. And to our viewers on YouTube, we have also Abby, the Dutch alien, who has joined us in the recording session.
Take a moment to say hello to Abby.
Hi,
Hello,
Abby.
Abby.
And hi, Jakob.
Yeah. Jakob.
We also have a soundboard and we're going to have some fun with it. I think this is why you brought me on the team. But I'm so happy to be here, guys. So thank you a lot for having me. It's a pleasure. It's an honor. And I think we're going to have some fun with this podcast.
Of course.
And Jakob, could you tell a bit about yourself? Like what you're usually doing, where you're coming from, and what your motivation is to be here?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So I am Jakob, that's what they call me. I am originally from Austria and I have been a scout since I'm 7 years old when my parents decided to send me there. And
same for me.
Yep.
No, actually my friend sent me.
And for me, it was my parents.
I remember you guys talking about this on a previous episode. And
but you don't regret it, no?
Not at all.
No.
It's actually, I'm so grateful and thankful that they did because it really has changed my life for the better in so many different ways. I can't even name them all here now.
I think we have to make a separate episode about that, yeah?
Yeah, we could for sure. And yeah, so back home, I am a rover leader in my local group. And also, I really, really enjoy international scout camps. So when I was 15, I had the privilege to go to the World Scout Jamboree in the UK. When I was, and then when I was there, it was kind of like opening the gate to the world for me, and I realized that there's so many scouts all over the world and you can make so many connections. And ever since then I've really tried to visit all of the World Scout Jamborees. So I made it to Sweden, Japan, the US, and last year to Korea, all as an IST.
You've done a lot of traveling, huh?
Yeah, I actually to Korea last year I tried to hitchhike.
Whoa! Wow! And how was it? How was the experience? Where did you start? In Austria?
I started in Austria, and my idea was to go very quickly through Europe, then through Turkey, through Iran, through Pakistan, through India, through Nepal, through China, and
just a quick trip through Europe. I know.
Yeah, no, it was planned for 6 months, but I didn't really make it.
Oh.
Yeah, I only made it to India.
I mean that's honorable.
Yeah, I tried my best.
Accomplishment. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And from India?
From India, I took a plane in the end.
Okay. Yeah. I think I have so many more questions.
Yeah, we can talk after the podcast.
Yeah.
Wow.
So did you hitchhike to here as well this year?
So that was my plan, and then I got kind of stuck at my group camp. Not really, but all my my rover scouts were like, "No, come on, don't hitchhike. Like you can just take a plane." And I was like, "You guys are young. You should not want me to go on a plane because you should be more conscious about the environment." But they were like, no, stay with us. So I stayed longer with them. I took a plane to Oslo, and then I tried to hitchhike from Oslo to Stavanger.
How was it working?
No, I mean,
I just saw your message, guys. How are the buses working?
Yeah, exactly. I got rained on for like 2 or 3 hours. I was standing waiting for a ride to take me for 3 hours in the rain. Nobody would take me. And eventually I got just so fed up with it that I decided I'm going to take the public transport. I went to Kristiansand. And then from Kristiansand, I again hitchhiked from to Stavanger. So that worked out.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Nice.
Even halfway.
Yeah, halfway.
You know, actually, Flóki is from Kristiansand.
Yeah, I want to say like this my city.
It's your hood.
No, since almost 1 year now, but
nice,
really beautiful one. Did you see something there?
Not really, just the bus stop.
Yeah, I mean,
just the bus stop and the
very
roundabout.
Convenient.
Yeah,
it's also beautiful outside.
How did you guys get here? How about you, Laura?
Well, I created my own path. So I went from, of course, from Hungary to Norway by airplane. I went to Oslo. And then I took Norway in a nutshell. So it was a trip between trains, buses, ferry, boat.
Yeah.
It
I
was
heard
a
a lot
mix
about
of
it. Like it's
it
a
was
famous trip,
magical.
Yeah.
So the people who are listening or on YouTube, you have to come to Norway and experience Norway in a nutshell.
No affiliation though, guys.
They are not sponsoring.
No,
You can plan it
sponsor.
yourself. No.
No, but it's a UNESCO heritage trip, so which is worth doing as well. I ended up being in Bergen, and from Bergen I came in a huge ferry that was an amazing experience. I came to Stavanger in that. It was really lovely. And I know Flóki was on path, so he didn't create his own path.
You were
but
on an
he was
actual
jumping
path.
from a place to another.
I was on spot capturing the moments. Nah, actually, I was with one of the patrols of the media teams, driving around Bergen and the paths that are lying around here. And yeah, it was a great experience to see like how the different path leaders created their programs. It was also fascinating to see the two sides of Roverway, like kind of first week, a path that could vary so much. That some people were on the water, on an island, some people were in the mountains, some people like had really active camps, a lot of hiking, or other ones learned more about the culture, for example, of a village for several days. It was really interesting to see
The diversity. Wow.
So I think every participant has a different experience with like many different aspects to cover.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see that everyone will be gathering here now on main camp.
Nice.
So this will definitely be a big shift, and
Cool.
I'm
actually,
excited. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually we have to let our listeners and viewers know that to stay tuned for the following episode, because we're going to listen some stories from the participants who were on path.
Yes. Stay tuned. We will.
Yeah.
Flóki was
Learn a lot about-
reporting.
Yeah. But today in this episode, we are going to talk a little bit more about what has been happening on camp while you guys were on the path.
Yes.
Because of course we have been busy here. And
So let's get in.
yes.
And to our listeners and viewers also on YouTube, we chose today's episode to speak about ISTs, which is the International Service Team, who are amazing people. And today, actually, we have an amazing IST, Huldur, with us from Iceland.
Huldur! Hello, how are you? Good to see you again. And thanks for picking me up in Reykjavik when I was lost in winter.
The scouting world is small, and oftentimes you know people who know people, or you already know people and you meet them again at camps. Big shout out to Dori also, who's a common friend of us from Iceland. Huldur, how about introducing yourself very briefly for our listeners?
Yeah, hello, my name is Huldur. I'm a 26-year-old scout from Iceland. I've been a scout since I was 11, and I'm currently studying for my master's in mechanical engineering in Reykjavik University. Yeah.
We are wondering why you chose to be an IST here at the Roverway.
Right. So there's a couple of reasons why I chose to be an IST at the Roverway. First of all, I came to the Roverway in the Netherlands 6 years ago, 2018, and I had a great time. So I really wanted to come again to the Roverway because it was so much fun last time. And also, I really want to push like the deeper goal of scouting, like building a better world and creating world peace. And like that comes from, like I was realizing that in 2021 when I was on the program planning team for a camp in Iceland called Skátasumarið, which was a 600-person camp when we had 200 people restrictions from COVID. But we managed to make it fit with the restrictions by running the same camp for 3 weeks in a row with 200 people on each camp.
Smart
Amazing.
choice. No.
And there was a guy who was like mentoring the planning team. His name is Pani, if someone knows him. Shout out to Pani. And he asked us on the first planning meeting if like why we were here, and we were all like, yeah, well, the chief of camp dragged me into this, or oh, it's because scouting is so much fun. And he was like, no, that's not the answer we're looking for here. Like, why are you here? And we were thinking, that's totally why we're here. What
the
are you
deeper meaning?
Yeah, exactly. So he was like, no, think about it. And we were like, yeah, we are actually here because we want to push the goals of scouting and build a better world and create world peace. And teaching the young kids at camp our values and leadership skills is exactly going to do that.
That's the spirit of Scouts.
And you're still remembering it now, so it had an impact on you, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. It really changed like my outlook on why I'm doing scouting this camp.
Awesome energy you bring with you for us today. And my next question, I wanted to ask you what your role is here on camp. What are you doing mostly?
Right, so I'm in the international service team department. I'm in Team EVA ±5, best team on the service department. And we have like 8 teams. And we've been doing different jobs every day. So today is the day that the participants are arriving. So until now, we've been like the whole department has been rigging the camp, getting everything ready. But the first 2 days we were here, we were doing welfare checks.
What did you need to do there?
We put coffee and snacks and water on a trolley and walked around the campsite finding people that were doing actual work and gave them snacks. We were like, hey, you guys look like you're doing some hard work. Maybe stop and have a drink.
So I guess you made a lot of people happy.
Yeah, we were meeting people and they were saying, oh, what's your name? Oh, yes, Team Eva. We will have to be friends with you guys if you're doing the welfare checks. But like we have rotations, so we are not doing the welfare checks for the whole camp. Everybody needs to like be able to try it. And then, so we did that for 2 days. And then we went on the poo patrol.
The poo patrol?
Yeah, for cleaning the toilets.
I can just guess. Oh, okay.
Yeah, someone said we need to make a Paw Patrol song with the Poo Patrol like lyrics.
Wow.
And so we are going to clean the toilets and the showers, and it's really interesting, especially with the Poo Patrol, but also with welfare checks. Mm-hmm. We have been like bringing ideas for how to improve the process that the planning team has already planned, because like you can only reach so far with planning. Every time you plan something, once you try doing it in the real world, you figure out immediately like what things you can improve on. So it's been super cool to see that when we bring ideas to the service department team leads, we're like, hey, we need to improve this in this way, or here are ideas. They are really receptive to it. So we've actually changed a lot, like how things are done by suggesting them. And one of the big changes that we have coming up is that they're getting a speaker for the Poo Patrol. So everyone in the campsite will know
that you're passing by.
Exactly, yeah. It's like it's gonna be the funnest shift to do the Poo Patrol from now on.
Nice. And that you mentioned the Poo Patrol and the different services that you were providing in the service team. Do you think that there is something challenging about it, or maybe something on the complete opposite, something fun to do, like the music with the Poo Patrol? Everyone's gonna know that you're passing by. But is there something challenging with the service department that every day or 2 days you need to change between stuff so you don't feel stable?
Yeah, like I've heard from some people that when you're changing jobs a lot, it gets hard to really know the job. But that's changing today when the participants arrive. Mm-hmm. Because like you're changing what you're doing, so you have to learn a new thing. But like for me, I don't think that's like so much of an issue. It's been more like a problem that, especially earlier on, the team leads were having a little bit difficult time delegating tasks. But it's better now. It was just a little bit like, you know, you're starting a 1,000-person like village or town, and like you have to delegate tasks, and it's just like new for everyone. So everyone is practicing. But that's probably dealing with task delegation and making that better has been like one of the biggest things. And then also like once it's happened one time that we had an evening shift, and then the day after we had a morning shift. Mm-hmm. That was a little bit rough, but like we made it happen and it was fun. Mm-hmm. And then like I realized I'm a little bit ill. So that's like sucks also. And the team leads, they are also like running a lot. So we are trying to push each other to like rest instead of working all the time. Mm-hmm. Because like it's really easy to get swept up into the work because like you feel this sense of ownership of the task. You're like, oh, I really want to make this happen. And a lot of people are feeling this way. So we have to kind of be there for each other and say, hey, chill right now, have some dinner. It's closing in half an hour or something like that.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we're going to have actually right after you a person from an IST from the food department. So stay tuned, guys, for that.
Yeah, exactly. Hulder, thank you so much for coming in. Go back to your patrol, make sure that they're all good. And you also take some rest. Don't over-exaggerate yourself. And yeah, we'll see you around. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
And being our very first guest.
Yes.
On this Roverpodden episode at Roverway.
Hello and welcome back to an IST interview with our beloved Agnieszka. Hello, how are you? Could you introduce yourself and what brought you here to the camp?
Okay, sure, absolutely. So welcome. Thank you for having me here. My name is Agnieszka. I'm from Poland, from Polish Scouting and Guiding Association. And here I'm IST having the best job ever. I'm really sorry, guys. Your job is second in the line. Best job ever because I work in the kitchen.
Wow.
And everyone loves food and food loves us.
Of
so
course.
Adding the spice.
Well, a bit of spice now and then.
But you have a problem with spices?
Yeah, but we are taking care of people with allergy for spices as well. Mm-hmm. But we have a lot of good stuff as well, and sometimes we have waffles and ice cream. So that's why that's the best job you can ever have.
Oh, that's beautiful. Actually, I was really impressed. I was in Warsaw and I visited the headquarters of the ZHP, the Polish Scouting Association. And I think your colleague told me a lot about the association. I got the booklet and I saw the Polish Scouting Museum, which is really impressive.
Yeah, everyone who will visit Warsaw now and then can find us. The headquarters is very close to the main train station, so like really city center. Eva is our international secretary, is most of the time there. And if you have half an hour, you should book an hour for meeting with Eva. She loves scouting. She is very passionate when talking about this. Yes, we have a small museum there. There's also a Polish scout shop next to it. But also walking in Warsaw, you will find a lot of signs of scouts of what we are doing right now, but also what we were doing in the past. So, for example, next to our headquarters, there's a school for people with hearing abilities where we have a very special troop there of people who are using sign language. So that's why you find scouts everywhere. We are kind of like a mafia,
That's true.
Yeah.
A friendly mafia.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. Because the rule of mafia is you know someone who can do the job. And this is exactly what scouting is.
That's really accurate.
Even here, if we need someone to, hey, we are running out of the carrot, then please go to Willy to tell Peter that we need a carrot, and in 5 minutes we have a carrot in the kitchen. So that's a really good friendly mafia.
You have to always know someone who knows someone who knows someone, and then you get what you want.
I want to take a step back though, and I want to ask you, what made you choose, or why did you choose to come here to the Roverway as an IST?
So we need to get back into the time, because once upon a time, long time ago,
story time.
This is my fourth Roverway. And it was so obvious. Of course, I mean, I'm going to Roverway, and I know I will apply for next one. So it was just so obvious, because there's a super cool event. But being IST is an opportunity for meeting new people, meeting the old friends as well, to making incredible friendships, to learn new things, to discover your own abilities, to push your own boundaries. It's really opportunity to grow as yourself, as human being, as an IST, as a scout leader, but it's also a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And all those participants that are at the Roverway, I'm pretty sure they can't wait to meet the age limit to become
IST.
the IST. Yeah, because this is always a great fun. Really great fun. No matter department you are in, of course, kitchen is the best. Sorry. but this is fun.
Yeah.
And well, we love fun in scouting, don't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah.
So,
Oh yes.
yeah, that was very obvious, and I just signed in. And in my application, I said I can do whatever except electricians. I mean, electricity is not my thing, but I can do whatever because there is no bad job here. You can have fun in the jobs that are people are thinking that it's not so nice, like cleaning toilets.
Oh.
Well, it was so fun with Huldar earlier, and they even create a poo patrol and with music so that everyone knows that they are passing by.
And they have a poo patrol, and we have Lightning McQueens.
Okay.
We have our special. It looks like a fridge, but it's doing exactly opposite. So it keeps the food warm. So huge box on the wheel. So Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
And the Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels.
We have two. So one is called Lightning, the other is called McQueen.
Okay.
So yeah, you can make fun on absolutely everything.
That's exactly right. That's what makes being an IST so amazing. That you can just make any job fun.
Yeah.
And if everybody's on board to have fun, you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, exactly. Do you feel that there is something that is challenging being an IST in the kitchen?
Yeah, of course. The morning shift starts at 5:30. In some way, it's against human rights. So yeah, this is challenging. Of course, this is challenging. Here in Norway, night is kind of a funny concept. We don't have so much of darkness overnight, so you are not realizing, it's almost midnight, I should go to sleep because I'm waking up in 5 hours, and you need to have this full of energy to meet all those zombies coming into the canteen to get the morning coffee. So of course, physically, this is can be very intensive job, but we have a great team of very different people.
Mm-hmm.
Each of us is good at something else, so we can also share the responsibilities, and makes all of that challenges much easier to adjust and digest. So yeah, there is. Of course, there are some challenges. We become tired, and then you are just I can be annoyed so much easier.
Yeah.
But hey, we are human beings. It's a normal part of life, no matter in scouting or outside scouting. But in scouting, it's so much easier to deal with that.
Yeah.
I was just checking because I think we didn't ask this Hildur before, but now we have a little bit time maybe. Is there anything that you would like to get out to our listeners that we haven't mentioned so far about being an IST? We have said that it's super fun, that you make amazing friendships, but anything also maybe for future ISTs that might be listening that they should know?
Yeah, before every camp, you should really read what you are receiving from organizers, because that will spare you a lot of not very comfortable situations. So if you would read properly all the emails we received here, I think more people would pack really thick sleeping bags. So yeah, this is maybe something so trivial, but it's so important. Like really get some info about the place or country where you are going, especially if you don't know the country, don't know the culture, because it's always super interesting, but it's always fun to have a live interview with some surprises. Yeah. We have a lot of surprises here in the kitchen, as well. But it's funny. Most of the people who join our canteen team, they Googled a bit about the Norwegian cuisine because it's.
You found out about salt and pepper?
Yes. Also, we still didn't.
Just a joke.
Didn't learn about everything. Like apfelsine is not apple juice; it's orange. So there's small mistakes. But for example, because we checked all that, not all, but a lot of information about Norwegian cuisine, we're able to explain our dear customers, follow IST, coming to visit us at the dinner, that when we had the stew and there was flatbread, how to mix it all together and how to eat it, because we did the homework before. So it's always worth to learn something. And also, if you are going as an IST, you are investing your time and your money to go to other country, make this small effort more and come 2 days before or stay 2 days longer.
Yeah.
Because then when the number of people is much smaller, then the party is the best. Like really, this pre-camp, building the camp, and then closing the camp. Maybe closing is a bit sadder because it's fun is over soon. But this is also the time that is making this special bonds.
Yeah.
So
did you hear that? Those are the insider tips we need.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome. So if you are planning 2027 summer. And hope you are planning to join.
What is happening in 2027?
Well, I mean, there's some small camps going on in Poland.
Poland?
Yeah, that's this funny country, Central Europe.
Yeah, I saw it, I think, on the map,
so we have this small camp. I think it was called Jamboree.
Yes.
Like World Jamboree.
The world one, yeah.
So it's happening in Gdańsk in the summer 2027. And we will need a lot of IST.
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay.
So you are all assigned in, obviously. So if you are planning that, plan a bit, few more days to visit Poland, not just Gdańsk area, but Poland as such. And we have a lot of things to show to you, to share with you. So I'm pretty sure you will have a really, really good time. And we have nights, I'm just saying.
Just show us where we can call you. And
Thank you very much, Agnieszka. And to our listeners and our viewers, don't forget to check the Jamboree in 2027 and perhaps sign up as an IST.
Yeah, you are more than welcome.
Dziękuję bardzo for coming, Agnieszka.
So our loyal listeners should know what's coming next now. Do you have any idea?
How to
Norway! But unfortunately this time Hanna and Torgay are so busy on this camp that we cannot recruit them anymore for being Norwegian. I stole Torgay's joke now. But
you are Norwegian, so
I'm half Norwegian, so maybe I'm halfway allowed to do that. But folks, I want to ask you, what is your How to Norway experience on this camp? Because you have been here for a few days. Probably, maybe you have had a culture shock. Maybe everything was completely normal. I would like to hear more from you guys. Like, what has happened and how do you feel about it? I don't know.
Shall I start?
Sure.
Well, I have been in Norway for 11 days.
Wow.
No, I think more.
Because you have been traveling around.
I've been here actually since 10th of July.
Okay.
So,
a couple of days. How is your
my experience is
going?
My stomach doesn't feel okay with the bread and spread on the bread and lunch straight ways, and then the hot meal in the evening. So I'm trying to cope with it. So I get my breakfast, which is normally bread and spread. I go and collect on campsite the bread and spread, but I put them in a box so that I can eat them at dinner. And then I go at the dinner meal time to eat my lunch. So I switched things up.
So you have different food habits usually.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I eat like cold in the morning, hot in the middle of the day as lunch, and then cold in the evening.
Yeah, that's also more typical in Austria. I think hot lunches and then Brotzeit, as we say in German, or Jause, as we say in Austrian.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, Jause is a very Austrian word. Yep. Okay. So that's like bread and spread, basically, for dinner. So it's kind of the same,
Yeah.
I see. That's a bit to adapt always, right? But I think we're doing a great job until now.
One of the bigger adaptations that I've had to make was so in my scouting context back home, we are very loud. We are very energetic. We are very all over the place.
I have experienced that.
Yeah. And here in Norway, it's a little bit different culturally, I think. I learned about the cardamom rule, I believe it's called. which is based on a children's story, I was told. I don't know if you know this story, Flóki. It's
not quite sure right
it's
now.
a policeman in a village, maybe Cardamom village. Sorry for all the Norwegians listening or watching.
There's a famous book, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Cardamom.
And there's only one rule, which is not to bother anyone and to be kind.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the bothering, sometimes I struggle a little bit with.
It's hard. The other day we had an IST moment and we were singing.
Yeah.
So it was very
especially
loud.
my group back home, we love music. We love to play around campfires like guitar and singing. And also one of my former Rover scouts, he brought his guitar to Norway. So we've been jamming almost every night. But
Awesome.
at some point we have to be quiet and, you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's actually something I also noticed since I've moved to Norway about 1 year ago, that, you know, I was also traveling around a lot for the past years, and I was really used to be a little bit more interrupting in conversations. And I have the feeling here it's a really huge value to really let the people talk to the end. And then, all right, I heard what you said, and then I'm going to answer. So I need to adapt and learn from that. I totally get what you're saying. It's really interesting, the changes of all cultures, and
changes with the weather as well.
Changes with the weather every 5 minutes.
Oh my God, it's true what Hannah and Torgeir has said.
It's interesting.
It's like, let's run to the tent and bring the rain jacket, the raincoat, because now it's sunny, but in the morning it was heavy rain, just out of a sudden.
For example, I woke up in the tent. It was so hot. The sun was shining into the tent.
Yeah.
And 10 minutes walk to the office here, and started raining. Yeah. It was really unexpected.
Yeah.
Also, one of my tent mates just messaged while we were recording if anyone's still in the tent to bring my rain jacket and my rain trousers. So it's exactly.
Yeah.
We need to help each other with these conditions.
Yeah.
But that's what we are here for. We're here to learn about cultural differences. We're here to also help out each other if there's something that we need. So
and know how to Norway.
Exactly.
It's really interesting aspects you mentioned. Thank you so much for that. And I think we will discover even way more throughout the days. So let's keep up the conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. It's so interesting to hear about what you guys have been up to on the paths. Of course, us IST, we haven't been lying around lazily. I mean, maybe a few of them have, but most of us, we've actually, we've been trying to prepare the camp for everyone. But of course, we're also having some fun. We also had some program activities. We had a really, really cool hike up to Preikestolen, a lot of us IST. And we also had some program here on site. And we have another guest now, Teresa from Italy, from Milano. Ciao.
Ciao,
Good.
Bella.
Thanks for being here. And I wanted to ask you what you have been up to over the last few days, not in terms of your job, because we know you're also, like Agnieszka, working in food, but what sort of program activities for IST have you been doing?
Hello. I've been doing a little bit of games for us, for IST. In particular, I have been with my friends from Italy and also other participants or other IST. We took team games. We were doing some a really nice thing. I am really happy to have those hours to dedicate it to these activities. We just do some, race with different kind of games. There was this rope thing, and then we have to I don't know what to say in English.
The Cub game?
Yeah, the Cub game.
Yeah,
Thank
actually,
you.
to our listeners
Like
and our
Viking.
viewers, Jakob and I, we were there trying to play some activities, and we have seen the Italian team struggling a little bit with throwing the wooden sticks.
Yeah, it was so hard, but when you see it from the outside, it seems so simple, and then you are I'm gonna do it, and then you are bad. But it was so funny, and so we create a real group with the other guys that was there. We didn't know each other before, but these games makes us a real team.
That's amazing that you get the chance to meet new people while just dropping in some activities, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And which one is your favorite activity of all of those?
I'm so proud of the tower that we made with the long sticks and this sticky thing that we use to make them stay. And we do this amazing tower, and we also win this game. So I'm really proud of us.
Awesome.
And we've seen you at some point on the campsite playing a group activity, something that we were in a team, and you had some wooden trucks that you were running with that.
We have
How
to
was
run
that activity?
Yeah, really fun, because we have to run. We were 5 in the teams. We have to run with both of our hands on this piece of wood and run up a hill and then come back. But we were like, oh my God, how I'm gonna manage it? But we do, because we were all here to practice, to have fun, to play, and to make teams.
Are there some new skills you learned during the game, or something that was really challenging in that play?
To run with your hands up in the sky, it doesn't seem so hard, but it is.
I can believe. I trust you. I had seen it's super hard. It's something we usually don't do. Right?
No, of course, because with your hands you help yourself in the running. But if you have to play and put this giant piece of wood up, it was really hard.
Oh, so you weren't holding it?
No, because we thought it would be a good idea to put it high.
That's extra challenging.
Yeah.
Wow.
You played it on hard mode. So all of those little activities, they were part of what kind of challenge? It was called, I think, the Taskmaster challenge. Can you tell us a little bit about what the whole activity was like?
Yeah, it was the Taskmaster Masters.
Yeah.
Thank you. We have 2 teams, 5 people in each teams, and we had 5 different games. All of them, you have a winner and a loser, and then you
different challenges.
Yeah. One was the wood, the running with the wood. Another one was the tower. Yeah, and then we had a little. We have to find some things that was.
They were hidden.
Yeah, they
playground?
were hidden. Thank you. And then we had like this amazing game. I just loved it. There was a box, and we all were blindfolded, and we have a balloon, all of us, and we have to put the balloon in the box, blow it, and without touching the box, move it to the other person of our teams, blindfolded.
Oh,
yeah, extra hard, but super fun. And here, with that game, I think we just became a real team.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, like this type of activities can really enhance the teamwork. But do you feel that there is something else you have learned from those 5 challenges that that you never thought of in a teamwork?
Well, I learned that I just remind myself that if you don't know the people because you have just met them, you can really rely on them because we we are not just random people in this place. We are scouts.
Yeah.
We come from different country, different backgrounds, but they're just a little or a big part of our lives that we have in common.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to remind myself that even if I don't know these people, I can do this work team in really a little of time.
Incredible. Your words, what you're telling, I can just relate to everything you said. Like,
thank you.
This connecting directly with people that you don't know, but they also share the same passion.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah.
And at some point, from strangers to friends.
Yeah.
One last thing I want to ask you is, would you like to maybe recreate this type of game in your group back home in Italy?
Yeah, absolutely. The balloon one is just so funny.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Seems so confusing for me. I need to play it, I think. I need to swing by and just try out the game.
Thank you very much for being here, and we encourage the listeners and the viewers to always look for these type of challenges when they are preparing activities, either for their patrols or for their groups, or even anything that can enhance the teamwork, and the scouts are out there together. Thank you very much for being here.
And let's not forget to have fun.
Yes, that's most importantly.
Exactly. And I would also like to add, don't shy away from meeting new people. Don't shy away from doing activities by yourself, meeting others, because that's also really rewarding. You make really cool connections and friendships. So I think that's also important to end. Teresa, to end this section. Thank you so much, Teresa, for coming in. And see you around at the camp.
Yes.
Grazie mille.
And we carry on with a new guest in this part of today's Roverpodden episode. To our listeners and viewers, Jakob and I, have met Marion yesterday. Actually, 2 days ago.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Time passes fast. A lot of stuff happening here.
And we actually have experienced an amazing activity together, because we as well went to do the IST activities together. So,
which kind of activities are you working with right now?
So currently I'm on program, so I will be working on the Ike in Stavanger City, but it's not already on because we need the participants to be there to do the activity. But in the meantime, we are testing activity on the camp. And so we were doing some kind of activity when Laura and Jakob joined us. We were kind of a Scouts Olympic Games, so different games like cricket, ball throwing and stuff, and we even created one on the spot.
Yes.
From Paris to Norway, that's how it goes. Wow.
We are everywhere. Everything is about sport, you know.
Which one is your favorite activity of all of those that you have tried and instructed the last days?
I think one which was really interesting was the one we created on the spot, was the human knot.
Human knot.
Because we were kind of creating.
How does that work? Yeah.
You create a group of people. It doesn't really matter if you take 5, 15, even more people. The more the merrier, basically. And you just gather around, close your eyes, and put all your hands in the middle. And then on the count of 3, you just grab one end. So your 2 ends will be tied with whomever in the circle. Yeah. And when you open your eyes, you will see there will be a big knot of hands in the middle. And the goal is to collectively untie the knot. So really work together as a team to make a perfect circle. And eventually we'll be fine, even though it looks like a really big knot in the middle in the beginning. And so really team building and trying to find the solution to untie the knot all together.
It was really fun, Flóki. We should try that with the Markham team sometime.
Now you make me so curious. I would like to try it also.
Flóki's like sitting here like, oh, I missed out on so many cool games.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that some of our viewers and listeners have played this game, and I want to say that we did a really, really good job. Like we were super fast doing that, but occasionally it can take a long time to
Jakob,
hunt.
did you practice before somewhere?
Don't tell everybody my secrets.
I know you.
Flóki.
No, the thing is, Flóki, that we communicated. So we were thinking, you go here, let's try this out. Okay, no, it didn't work. Let's go back again to the point zero. So it was really based on communication, speaking together and trying, and really teamwork.
So, which kind of values do you think this game is providing or even strengthening among the scouts?
I mean, one obvious one is communication, because either if things go well or bad, it's really important to communicate with everyone and to express your feelings and really be able to share things you think and like good things you are thinking of, good practices as well. And I really think another main value is to aim for something together. Like even though you have your own personality, your own goals, your own background, you are all aiming to do something collectively and work as a group.
Mm-hmm.
That's really interesting.
I would like to ask you, because you are our last guest for today, what is it that you are looking forward to now that the participants are getting here and you are going to also be more active now with your own program? Any highlights that you're looking for or anything in particular?
I'm just looking for participants to discover the main camp and see the really international dynamic we have here. Of course, they experience international relationships during their path already, but really having the main camp in Stavanger and also discovering the city, which some might not know already. Mm-hmm. It's really going to show them that this is a main camp that is running smoothly and there are so many things to do and so many activities and so many people to encounter.
Yeah.
Great. And I think there are many things to see in the city and around campsites. So
yeah, totally.
A lot to explore here.
So even the people who couldn't make it to come here, we encourage them to perhaps visit Stavanger, because it's a beautiful city with amazing scenery, and they can experience some hikings in the area. So if they are able to visit in the future Norway, to have Stavanger on their list of places as well.
I totally agree. There are so many things to see, nature-wise, but also related to history.
Yeah,
because there are lots of museums, and to know more about this city, which might not be known, but it's actually quite touristic, and there are quite a few things to know about it.
Yeah.
Did you also check out the sword monument yesterday? Were you also there?
I was not able to check it. Only my team leader was able to go there for scouting the place. But we were really working with our leader to build the path together. So we told him beforehand things we considered interesting. So we really built it, even though he was the only one going there. We really built the path as a team.
And was your colleague able to pull out the sword?
I didn't ask if he tried, but
you have a task for today to go to your team leader and were you able to do that?
That would
challenge
be
time.
Well,
it was a rhetoric question.
Yeah, because for those people who don't know, I think those swords are like 3 meters high.
They're quite large.
Oh,
it's very difficult.
The monument with 3 large swords. Yeah?
Okay.
Might be a bit difficult.
Might be difficult.
You showed me the picture, but I never knew that they are swords. Yeah. Okay.
Now you do, Laura. Well, I think we can wrap this up, guys, right?
Yeah. Thank you very much, all the way from France, Marion, for being here with us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for providing awesome games to us, and I really want to try them out later.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope we get to do it.
And we encourage our listeners and viewers, since Marion has gave the instructions, try it out in your scout part.
Just need to close your eyes and then and
try. Well, that was very easy with you guys.
We solved it already.
Thank you, and bonne journée à tous.
Merci.
Merci.
And that's it from all of our guests today. I think we had some really fun stories, some very great insights of what life as an IST at a Roverway is like.
Yeah.
And also...
many fun games.
Yes,
we learned about many fun games.
I almost forgot about the games. Flóki remembers about the games because he wasn't able to do any of them.
I will get to try them, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Being an IST is
Together
something...
with you.
Yeah, hopefully. I hope so.
Being an IST is something really important in a scout life. So I really hope that everyone out there listening and seeing us today will be excited to join an IST program in the future with any World Jamboree, Moot, or any international scouting experience.
Yeah, I think our guests gave us really good insights about what their values are, why they got here, and what is like motivating them to still continue with all this work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which is, in the end, I think, the people, right?
Yeah.
So we have each other, and this is what I learned from today's episode. I think that's it. And please join us next time for the next episode.
Yes, we are waiting for you to listen to us and see us on YouTube as well. This is it from me, Laura.
I'm Flóki.
And I am Jakob.
And until then, happy guiding and scouting!